A very happy holidays to you all. Welcome to Bake It with AJ. I'm AJ and today we have tiramisu cupcakes, one of my favorite desserts in cupcake form, a vanilla espresso cupcake with a mascarpone buttercream dusted with cocoa powder. Oof, honey, these are to die for. The recipe can be found using the link in my description, along with my other social media. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can join me every Wednesday for new episodes of Bake It with AJ. This is one of the best things I've ever made, so let's get started. Pretty simple cupcake batter here, folks. In a large bowl, I have 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour with 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 3/4 teaspoon of espresso powder. We're just whisking all that until it's nice and friendly. We're gonna set that aside and move over to our stand mixer, in which I have 1 stick of unsalted butter that's completely softened to room temperature, and 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. These are going to get mixed on a medium speed for just a couple minutes until they're nice, light, and fluffy. And then we're gonna go in with 2 large room temperature eggs. You're supposed to add these one at a time, but I accidentally dumped them in at the same time. And you know what, it was okay. But just for being safe, 1 at a time, mix in the first one, add the next. Now, once that's all nicely mixed, we're gonna add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, incorporating super nicely. And then we're gonna scrape that bowl down just so everything is getting nicely incorporated. Now is the time to add our dry mixture alternately with a 1/2 cup of room temperature buttermilk, starting and ending with the dry ingredients. Do it in about 3 parts. So dry ingredients, buttermilk, dry ingredients, buttermilk, dry ingredients. Stop that mixer when it is just barely combined, finishing it with a spatula because you don't want to overmix it. Now I'm using a large cookie scoop here. If you don't have one, you can eyeball this or use a spoon. Fill a cupcake pan, each one lined. Fill those liners about 2/3 of the way full. And then you want to give these some lovely little love taps on the counter to get any excess air bubbles out of there. These are going to go in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 20 to 22 minutes, or until a toothpick comes out clean when inserted in the middle, or if you just gently touch the top of a cupcake and it springs back, you know it's done. So you want to let these cool in the pan for 5 minutes, then transfer them to a rack to cool completely. While that happens, we're going to go on with the frosting here. So this is a mascarpone buttercream because it is tiramisu. This is very important. So in my stand mixer, I have 2 sticks of unsalted butter, completely softened to room temperature, that we're gonna mix for about 3 minutes on a medium-high speed until it's paler and really light and fluffy. Once it is, we're gonna go in with 12 ounces of room temperature mascarpone cheese. Now it typically comes in 8-ounce containers, so this is gonna be 1 1/2 containers of mascarpone. And we're also gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Mix this on medium-high speed for about 1 minute until it's super creamy and combined. Now is the time for our confectioner sugar. I always add confectioner sugar a 1/2 cup at a time until we've added 2 1/2 cups total. Between each 1/2 cup, go ahead and mix it for just about 10 seconds to make sure it's really incorporated. This prevents any lumps from forming in your frosting. Once all of your frosting is done, you can store it in the fridge until you're ready to assemble your cupcakes, or if they're cool and you're ready to go, you can transfer your frosting to a piping bag with a large star tip and go ahead and pipe the frosting all over these beautiful cupcakes. And then, of course, tiramisu, we have to have cocoa powder dusted on top. And look how beautiful these are, friends. This is really one of the best cupcakes I've ever made. I'm absolutely obsessed with them. It took me a lot of effort to not eat this whole thing because, you know, I had to taste it for you guys. It's kind of mind-blowing because it tastes like oh my God, I'm choking. It tastes like tiramisu, but it's in cupcake form. And when I look at it, I think tiramisu. Once again, the recipe can be found using the link in my description along with my other social media. Please leave some comments below and hit that thumbs up button. Also hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can join me every Wednesday for new episodes of Bake It with AJ. I hope you guys have a great and very happy holiday season. Please be safe, enjoy some baked goods with me, and I'll see you next time. Goes perfectly with a little cup of espresso. You know what bothers me to no end? When people say espresso, it's not an X. Oh my God, it's an S. It's espresso. God.